Hello everyone. Here is the video that I promised you. I wanted to show you how I cut this Planners Anonymous shipping box to create a magazine holder to put our kits in, or to organize paper, or to organize your supplies, or whatever you would like to do. These boxes that Planners Anonymous ships the kits in, if you do subscribe to the Paper Lovers kit, they will ship it in this box, and this box can be reversible. It can be turned inside out and then used as a storage box, so you can recycle it, which is really awesome. So it has a little area here for you to write what's stored in here if you want to kind of put them side by side. And then you can also use it like this as well. And in that case, there's another spine here for you to label what is in this box. So I was just going to run through it. Now, I don't have another one of these boxes, so I'm not able to show you exactly how I did this exact box. But I have another Planners Anonymous box here. It's a totally different size, but it's the same concept. It comes together the same way. Okay, so let's see. So it's kind of like this. Okay, so it does come together the same way. So I'm just going to show you how I did this, but using this box. Okay, we're going to see if we can work this out. All right, so let's see. How did I do it? I've only done it once. So now you can see that you can take this box and you can unfold it, okay, and then turn it around like this, and then fold it back on itself to turn it inside out. In other words, to be reversible. So let's just kind of see what this looks like when we reverse it. So now this box is not designed to be reversible, but we're just going to pretend. Okay, so essentially it would be like this now. Oh, cute. It looks cute like this. Okay, perfect. All right, very cute. Okay, so what I did is what? Okay, I can kind of see now. Okay, so the flap of it, the flap of your box, of this box, is what's going to be cut off, okay? So you're going to want to have the top of the box, or the flap of the box, facing top, okay? And then what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to cut this like this, or cut this like this, and then this right side is going to have to be cut straight, okay? And you're really going to do that once, and then you're going to use the scrap, which is the piece that you cut off. You're going to use that as a pattern to do the opposite side, and to do it for other boxes that come in the mail, so that they're all the same size and they're all uniform. I hope I'm explaining that right. Okay, so what we're going to do is we are going to take this flap part, okay? So I'm just going to go like this. We're just taking just this flap part, and what I would imagine is we're going to end up cutting this off, and then we're going to cut from here, let's say, to about here. Okay, so if you were actually looking at this design like this, you would be able to see exactly where you need to cut, because you don't want to cut into the flower. You know, you want to kind of make sure you get everything. So I could have probably cut a little bit higher here and gone more of a slope, but I kind of wanted this to be high like this. I wanted it to be just like this. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to grab a ruler. And so I have a little bit of an advantage here. Because I enjoy sewing, I have an area in my craft room that is for sewing. So I have this large self-healing mat here. So I imagine that a lot of you, unless you love sewing and you have one laying around, a lot of you may not have this. So what I would recommend is that you maybe cut on another cardboard piece, or that you get a self-healing mat that's big enough for this. So, and then again, because I sew, I have this long ruler that is 18 inches long. So that really, really helps. So say, for example, I was going to cut it like this, okay? I'm just going to kind of cut it like this. Now, you got to remember that this part, you're not going to cut yet. You're just going to cut this very front panel right here. Just this front panel. Okay, another advantage that I have, because I love to sew, is I have these rotary cutting blades. These are fantastic for converting your boxes into storage keepers. However, I realize that a lot of you are not necessarily going to have these. But if you do want to invest in them, this is the regular, I think it's 45 millimeter rotary by Fiskars. And actually for my box, I used this larger one, and I don't know exactly the dimensions, but it's larger, you can see here. And the reason why I do that, because if you turn it over, you can see that the depth here that this is going to cut is not as deep as this one, as far as, you know, the cardboard height. I hope I'm explaining this right, but it's just easier on this one. So what I did when I cut my box is I just put the blade guard down like this. Now you can see the blade. And I just cut like that. And that's what made it such a clean cut, is I used a rotary blade. But I'm going to go ahead and use my X-Acto knife, because I think that's what most of you will probably have at home. And so I'm just going to use this, since it's probably more common. But to tell you the truth, whenever I do my boxes, I'm going to use a rotary blade because it's so much easier. So I'm just going to hold this here. I'm going to grab this. You're going to want to make sure that you have a new knife. In other words, that it's not dull. And I'm just going to go like this. And I'm going to stop right at this line. Okay. So I'm just going diagonal. And I'm going to do it one more time to make sure I cut through. Let's see if I did. Okay. And I haven't quite, oh, I did there. Okay, so it looks like it's just right here that I need to cut more. Okay, perfect. So that was really easy, and it's nice and clean. So you could use your scissors, but I'm afraid that it's not going to cut as clean if you use scissors across this thick board. So then now that I did that, I'm going to want to cut this part straight. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and use my grid here, since I can. I'm just going to line up the top to this half-inch mark right there, kind of. Okay, and then I'm just going to maybe right there. And I'm just going to do a straight line, actually, probably a little bit lower, like this. So I'm going to meet this line, and then I'm going to go straight here, just like that. I'm just making sure I get through it. Okay, it looks like it's just this little crease part that is still hanging on. Perfect. Okay, so I have this piece. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to keep this, because this is what you're going to want to use to cut the other side. And I believe, yeah, I believe this is it for this. Okay, so eventually this is going to go in here. So we'll need to cut now this and this other side here. Okay, so we have a little bit of our storage box already done, and it's really that easy. It's one diagonal cut and then one straight cut, which you can see here. So a diagonal cut and then a straight cut like that. Okay, so now we're going to open, oh, first I'm going to take my X-Acto blade and I'm going to close it so that I don't cut myself. All right, so now we can take this apart, and we're going to work on the other side. Come on. All right. Okay. So now what we're going to want to do is you're just going to imagine this is going to be cut like this, right? So if I go like this, I can kind of see, okay, I need to cut diagonal like this, and I need to cut straight like this. This is going to remain, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and turn this around like this, okay? Just like this. And we're going to take this piece, and you can see here, if you line up this line and this one here, you can see where you're going to want to cut, okay? Or somewhat, yes, that's good. Okay, so we're going to want to cut, let me just make sure. Is that, and then is that, yes, okay, so that would be right. Okay, just want to make sure that this line, okay, is here, and then this line is here. And so I'm just making sure that this line meets this line, okay, and that this line meets this line. Hope I'm doing this right. Okay, so I'm gonna be able to see where my cut needs to go so it'll match the other side. Again, you're gonna keep this. You're gonna keep this forever so that all your boxes end up being the same size. Okay, so then I'm gonna take this, and I'm just gonna line this up like this, just like that. Okay, I'm lining it up. I can go ahead and remove this now. And we can go ahead and cut. Oop, moved a little bit. I moved again. Let me use I'm gonna use my rotary blade so you can see how easy it is. To me, it's easier than an X-Acto. Okay, not quite as clean because I used the X-Acto there a couple of times. And then I'm going to go ahead and cut this straight. So I'm going to take this again, just kind of line this up. Like that. I hope you can see that. Let me move this over. And then I'll know I want to go ahead and cut across like this. See how easy the rotary blade, it just cuts right through it. And it makes such a clean cut. That's why I like to do this. I just like a nice, clean looking cut. Now I will go in with the X-Acto just to kind of finish this off here. I think I can kind of turn it over and see what's missing here. Okay. And you can save, you can save both pieces or just one. You really just need one piece to save as your pattern. Okay, so our box should be done. That's all you do. Is a, how do I have this? You're going to do a diagonal cut, and then on the right-hand side, straight cuts. Okay, I'm going to put those aside. I hope I did this right. We'll move that. Okay, and now we can go ahead and put our box back together. So it's going to be like this. Yes, correct. Okay. It's going to be like this. Perfect. And then like this. This one's going to wrap around here like this. Okay. And then this is going to end up tucking right into here, just like this. Okay. So wow, this came out actually really good. It looks really, really good. Nice and even. Okay, and so what I do for this part now So make sure you don't put these on the outside because it won't really go well. You're going to tuck these in like this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip this over like this, and I'm going to use a tape runner. You could use a tape runner or you can use score tape. I really like score tape because it just holds so well. But I brought this out because I would imagine a lot of you have this. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to link below score tape that I like, the kind of roller that I like, and the rotary blade I like, just in case you want to do it the same way. So anyway, I'm just going to put this tape, double-sided tape here. It's really strong and really nice. And this rips really easy. See, you don't even have to use anything special. And then we're just going to put this here. You can put one in the middle if you want extra security, whatever you want. But we're going to tape that, and then we're going to put some tape here as well. Just like that. And you can go extra, you can go all around, you can do whatever you'd like. But for purposes of this demonstration, I'm just going to do that. Okay, and then we're going to take this, we're going to take off the liner, which is hard to do with my nails, my short nails. There we go. And I like to go ahead and release both sides. Otherwise, it's hard to get one side in. It's hard to get the opposite side in if you've already adhered the first side. So I like to take them both off and then go like this. Get them in there nice and squared up. Just like that. And then squared up here. Just like that. And you can turn it over like this and just, oops, this is a little wonky. So I'm going to bring it up if I can. Yep. Okay. Kick it out just a little bit. And then I'm going to push it down in here so it adheres really well. Same thing with this smaller one. And it looks like this is not wanting to stay in, so these little tabs here, it's not wanting to go in there. So you could also tape that as well, just so that it doesn't do what it's doing. So I'm going to go ahead and stick some tape in there just to, let's see if I can get that in there. Oop. Well, we're just going to go for it like that. And then that should keep that in there. And then you have your storage box. Obviously, this one looks different, but you get the idea. It's this exact same concept, same steps, same directions for your chapters boxes that you receive in the mail. It looks great. And then if you want to, you could paint this part, the core, or you can wrap washi tape around it. I actually don't mind it on this one. I don't mind this showing. I think it looks just fine. God, that's just gorgeous. I mean, what a beautiful plan. Beautiful idea, beautiful plan, just executed gorgeously for this to recycle the boxes. So that's how you would do it. Again, keep one of your scraps so that you have a template so that every time you cut a box, it comes out exactly the same, so that when they're all lined up, you know, they're the same height, they come down the same here. Obviously these don't, these are two different boxes, but you get the idea on how you can turn your shipping box inside out to make a storage box, just like this one right here. Look at that. It's just so gorgeous. Ah, what a brilliant idea. I couldn't wait to share how to do it with you guys, but I was like, how am I going to explain it to them? I already cut my box. But luckily, I received my matching melody, and it came in this box. And so I was like, oh, I can go ahead and demo it now. So hopefully that made sense. I hope so. If you have any questions, just leave it in the comments below, and I will talk to you guys really soon. Thanks so much.